Hello and welcome everyone to another video, and today's video we will be talking about the best teams in the Master League. This is a very updated video. I updated the video to include all the Necrozma, Duskmane, Downwings, Ho-Oh, Lando, Dialga, Palkia teams. So if you're looking for a Master League team to hit Legend, this is the right and the correct video to watch. I'm not going to talk about everything in details, but basically now in Master League, these are like the top performers. What are the top performers? Those are like the Pokemons that perform the best among the most used Pokemons. If you go to PvP, it's actually a slightly different list. Like the list on PvP, oh my, that's a scuffed. Okay, the list on PvP says Palkia, Zygarde, Lando, Dragonite, Giratina, Palkia, Necrozma, Downwings. Okay, Downwings, according to PvP, is better, but the top performance report from PvP says that Duskmane is actually better, the Lion is better, and that's because the Lion has a good play into Dialga and Palkia both, and has a decent play into Ho-Oh and Landorus, okay? Groudon is in the list, but I actually don't like, honestly, please don't try to use Groudon. I know like it has the potential to nuke everything, but the matchup against like Ho-Oh and Palkia and Lando is just horribly bad, so like insanely bad. So that's not worth it. So I do recommend, like, if you want to build a team in Master League, just focus on those 8 Pokemons. Those 8 Pokemons are like the most dominant one. 2 Necrozmas, Duskmane, Downwing, and Zygarde. If you don't have a Zygarde, Landorus is literally as good, okay? I know that people who do not have Zygarde say that Zygarde is more obnoxious. Trust me, I have both, and Lando is better, okay? You might not like this answer, but Lando is better than Zygarde. That's because, like, Lando is like, think of Lando as like as an attack weighted version of Zygarde, where like you just spam Sand Seed and you just keep debuffing the opponent. I'm assuming that now with both Necrozmas being meta and Master League, Zygarde can be better in the 2 shield, because this thing is only better. This thing is better in the 0 and the 1, while this thing is still better in the 2. Dialga is not as good, but Palkia is better. Like, Palkia is just the best Pokemon, number 1 Pokemon, and every team here, you like the way to build a team here, you literally pick 2 Pokemons from this list and then you add Palkia Origin. That's how you build it. While if you run Dialga, you have to run 2 stuff that beat Landorus. And if you don't have a Palkia, Landorus will actually be an issue and a huge core breaker to your team. The best team according to PvP top performance is actually Dialga Origin with Palkia and Ho-Oh. So, sorry, not Palkia, Giratina. Giratina has 1 job here, which is, okay, 2 jobs. 1, if you don't see a Palkia in the lead, Giratina's job is to bait out the Palkia, so the Ho-Oh in the back can have a play into their back line, where it won't be stuck against the Palkia. 2, if they swap in a bat or a cat, you use Giratina as the counter swap, because Giratina gets to the move faster and they both do super effective damage to each other, but Giratina has Ominous Wind, which is cheaper than Dark Pulse. Okay, I was like, what's the music? Okay, I guess it was just the beginning of the new one. So yeah, Giratina here works as bait out the Palkia if you lose the lead, or beat the bat or the cat, that if they do have it. And Ho-Oh will just sweep their backline. Ho-Oh is decent in case they swap in a Fairy, they swap in a Dialga, you just go to your Ho-Oh. But the best team, actually, I do think, in my own in my own judgment, okay, which is Palkia and double cats, okay? Palkia, like, the cats are just like insanely annoying, and Palkia is the best Pokemon. So imagine pairing two of the most annoying Pokemons with the most OP one, and you will get the most annoyingly OP team. I just made that up, and I like how it sounded, okay? Yeah, this is the team I would run if I have Palkia. I don't have Palkia, so I can't run this team. This is the team I would recommend everyone to run. Palkia, 2 cats. And remember, you have to bait out the water, the Kyogre or whatever they have, and that's why you use the Lion. Use the Lion as a safe swap, bait out the Kyogre. if they have it. People don't run Kyogre that much, or you could say for the Ho-Oh, but honestly, like, Lando is still fine, even much more fine into Ho-Oh. The opposing Palkia is kind of annoying, but honestly, it's not that issue because the Lion beats it, and Lando up a shield can beat it. If you don't have any Crozma team, I do still think that Ho-Oh or Lando with double dragons, Dialga Origin and Palkia Origin, both have the moves, both need to have the move. Dialga is not as much, but if you don't have the move on Dialga, you could just lead Dialga with Thunder or the Draco instead. So if you don't have a Legacy Dialga Origin, you could just lead it. But with Palkia, it must have the Legacy move. Dialga can survive without the Legacy move. I could swear someone will ask, can I use Dialga without the move? They would literally just click on the video and ask the question without even watching the video. Sometimes I actually don't like answering these questions because like I get lots of comments that ask questions that I literally answer them 3 or 4 times. But I'm always weak to questions, and I would hate to not answer the question. So that's why I'm always glad to answer your questions. So if you have any question, always leave in the comment section below, and I'm happily to answer all of them. So I said here Kyogre double cats, but you could honestly like switch the order. Or if you don't have a Lando, you could just use a Ho-Oh in the lead, and Ho-Oh is known for having like a very snowballing gameplay. So if you have a Ho-Oh and you get a Steel lead, something that's not Palkia or Lando, I think you're gonna sweep from there. The team is kind of ABA weak to Lando, but it's playable because Ho-Oh Incinerate does so much damage. And if you call a bait, you're cooking, okay? The cat has a job, which is bait out the Dialga, but technically it doesn't bait out the Dialga because you beat the Dialga. There was a team from Pogo Fan. If you don't have Necrozmas or Dialgas, I do think that this is actually one of the best teams that have a Palkia. Okay, I do recommend going back and watch this video. It's not 2 weeks. This is not correct because I just had this one and I've never updated the graph. But this is the thumbnail. This is the title. I do recommend watching this because the way Pogo Fan played against the Kyogre wasn't the way I recommended, and his way of playing it is actually better than what I was recommending. Okay, so there's no pride in calling a mistake. So I think the way he did it, it's actually better, because after I watched the video, I'm like, I don't think I would do this. After the end of watching the video, I was like, I'm sure now that the way he was playing it is actually better. But like, if they swap in a Kyogre, you actually fight for the swap still, because of the way team comps work. Okay, Shadow Ho-Oh is insane. It's much better than the non-Shadow. I know some content creator says it's bad. No, it's not. Okay, because the people who actually said it's bad, they weren't using it the way it's supposed to be used. Shadow Ho-Oh is more of a fast move Pokemon. It's not like similar to Ho-Oh, where like you rely on just living or tanking moves. No, Shadow Ho-Oh is a Pokemon you play in the 2 shield, where like you rely on the Incinerate damage. You can try to catch a move, but the difference is you try to incinerate, you throw one charge move, you try to catch, and then you bring it back, you try to incinerate. Because the thing about Shadow, you do much more damage, and yes, you take much more damage. So you're not as bulkier, but you are a much harder hitter. As an example, the Shadow Ho-Oh into the Landorus, if you shield 2 Stone Edges, they don't get to a 3rd one. Another team that I think was good, I don't think it's good, but it's kind of like, you know, fun to use, like Palkia Double Lions. I think Home Slice Henry tried it, but I wasn't sure how good the team is. If I have to run like a double cat team, what did Henry use? Let me go and check. Oh, so Henry actually used, this is the team I'm talking about, double cats with Dialga. I recommend with Palkia, but honestly, because this team is weak to Shadow Ho-Oh, but no one's running Shadow Ho-Oh, that means you're not weak. This video is actually like a great quality, showing like that why this lion is actually a great lion, why it's a great Pokemon. Because I remember back in the days, everyone was saying that the bat is better. I'm one of those, and Henry from day one said actually like the lion is better. And in the current meta, I think it's a switching to the lion meta rather than the bat meta. But both are OP, okay? Both are still insanely good. Another team Palkia Double Lions. It's literally this team. What's the difference? There is no difference. A team I used in the past to hit the leaderboard, to hit Legend, and I climbed to 259 last season in the leaderboard, which is the Alga, Zygarde, Kyogre. Kyogre has one job, which is being an insanely hard counter to the safe swap Landorus. Usually, like, my safe swap here is Zygarde. If they have a Fairy, I technically lose. But I was like just getting annoyed by the Landorus, and I was trying to run too hard counters to the Landorus in the back. But my new team is actually different. I am running Dialga with the Bat and a Cat. Okay, the Bat Necrozma. There is a video on the channel. Let me show it up. Yeah, this video right here. Okay, the video, this is why you need to fuse Necrozma Downwings, okay? That's the name of the video. And this is the team Dialga, Necrozma, Landorus. I was able to go on like 12-3 in the Master League, which is not something you actually expect in Master League. And if you haven't fused your Necrozma, there is 2 videos on the channel. This is one, watch before you fuse part 1 and watch before you fuse part 2. Both videos show, I talk about lots of IV spread. So if you haven't built, go watch before you fuse, okay? You actually that's like a very informative video talking about the IV spreads you could actually, you should consider before fusing your Necrozmas into Downwing or Duskmane. So this is, I said, my team, and another team I like. This is the team I wish to have if I just have a stupid Palkia Origin. I am 14 lucky trades so far on the Palkia Origin, 120 rates or something. Still, not even a good or a usable Palkia. A solid team I used in the past, which is Dialga with Lugia and the Mewtwo or a Kyogre. I wouldn't say that this team is as good, but it definitely has a good use. You could always run the Nices version, Diamond Nices, if you guys know whose Nices is. Lando, Double Dragon. This is actually a very decent of a team, and it has a decent play into most of the meta. And yeah, that's pretty much it for today. Thank you so much everyone for watching. Hopefully you guys will be able to climb copying some of these teams and having some success with it. If you have any question, you can always leave in the comments section below, and I will be glad to answer all of your questions. Thank you so much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day, night, or whatever you're having. This is the end of the video, and see you in the next one. Peace.